This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It's an honor to have you here. You're looking at a sprayer. I have my own containers, but I bought this and I just replacing them. I have one in every vehicle, and except for the dead of winter. And other than that, it's a great little sprayer. Does all sorts of work for me, from misting plants to watering plants. I've utilized it for cleaning different areas with some different detergents in, and I have different jugs for different uses, and homemade fertilizers and homemade pesticides, each by just changing out the jugs works quite well. With that in mind though, it works well. You simply pump it up like so, and it will fire a nice, real nice mist, or you can tighten her down and get a real fine mist, and then of course out to a stream that'll go about 20 feet. Now in my humble opinion, that's worth owning. I said I think it's worth owning. And they last a long time. Most of mine last at least 2 and some of them 3 years. Keep that in mind. And you're here though for a story today about fires. Now this is a nice little sprayer. It would even put out a very small fire very quickly so that it didn't get so large that you had to call a fire department. It is very effective and a very user-friendly sprayer. Keep that in mind. With that though, we've had more than a share of problems with fires as of late. Now for years we have been closer to a desert than ever a rainforest in southwest Nebraska. Absolutely. I feel sorry for the farmers, and even those trying to run irrigation have a very difficult time making a living in this area because of the drought conditions. Yeah. And we continually get hammered by small fires that we've had, including the one that almost took out the town of Binkelman, and this latest one went 50 miles before they got a handle on it, and it almost took out 2 towns, and it did still burn most of a dozen homes before they could get it under control, and our best of our best were fighting it. But even they didn't have all the equipment that they really needed. Perhaps, in my humble opinion, the schools should cut back. I said the schools should cut back, especially the courses that are the feel-good courses that do very little, if any, good in real-world situations and in the future for those young minds. And give that money to rural fire departments and small town fire departments who are always under budgeted. I'm not talking so that they can go out and buy a brand new car for the chief of the fire department to drive around. I'm talking about the serious business of equipment that can fight a fire and win the battle as safely for them and for the public as possible. I would also even consider that asking you to see if we can cut back the military a little bit. I know they scream and bawl, begging for more weapons all the time. At the same time, World War III is not around the corner. We all know that. And even though they like to pretend, Russia can't even whip Ukraine, let alone the United States. And so we could cut back on the military some, just a few percentage points, would give rural fire departments in the United States an awful lot of help. Or perhaps the $150 billion that we give other countries, perhaps that could be spent better here to be able to fight fires, and perhaps even lower the cost of, air ambulances or ambulances in general that seem to be skyrocketing. This is McCook's Mr. Bill saying, we need some elected people that will do what they say and always think to themselves, how can I help the American taxpayer, and how can I keep America safer from within? You have a good day.